What's going on, basketball fans? Today we're going to be talking about Zach Edey, and honestly, we're going to be talking about a little bit of a controversial topic with Zach Edey because you guys are either going to 100% agree with me, or I think a ton of you guys are probably going to completely disagree with me. But we're going to be talking about how a ton of people around the NBA that cover the NBA think Zach Edey is not going to be a good NBA player and should not be drafted high or anywhere near the lottery of this year's NBA draft. So I'm ready to get into it and break it down. Subscribe if you guys are new. Let's get it started. So, first off, what people have been saying. I mean, really, I've seen Zach Edey's range from anywhere from around the 15th pick, just outside the lottery, to the end of the first round, to even the second round. I don't see anybody talking about him possibly, even potentially at all, going in the top 10, which is crazy to me because there is a similar prospect, maybe a worse prospect, in my opinion, that is projected to go way higher than him, even potentially top 3, who he did face off against in the national championship. He did play for UConn. It is Donovan Clingan. He is a similar prospect, and I would say possibly a worse prospect than Zach Edey, and he is projected to go way, way higher than Edey. And these are some of the things that people are concerned about with Zach Edey's game transitioning to the NBA. They're saying his scoring, specifically averaging 25 points per game in college, that's not going to translate into the league because majority of his points were coming from the post and also the free throw line. They're saying, well, he's kind of too old. He's 21 years old. He spent a lot of years in college. They kind of like to draft people younger. That's understandable, but I really don't like to take age into consideration. We've seen a couple of guys like Jalen Williams, who broke out this year for the OKC Thunder, an older guy who got drafted, ended up turning out to be really, really good and a potential superstar there to pair alongside Shy there at OKC. So I don't really take age into consideration. He's only 21. He's really not even that old, but for NBA draft reasons, I have to list it on there because that is what people are saying. He can't shoot, and that is true. He cannot shoot threes. And opposed to the other prospect I was talking about, Donovan Clingan, who is projected to even go top 5, top 3 now in some mock drafts, he can shoot the three occasionally. I think that is going to be iffy in the league. It is going to be longer three from the college three-point line, and Donovan Clingan doesn't shoot them at like a super high clip or anything like that. And a big thing that I've been seeing is that he's not quick enough. He's too slow for the pace of the game in the NBA. And yes, he is 7'4", so he is a big guy. He is not going to get around. He is not going to get moving, as quick as some of these other bigs because he is so tall. But I actually think for his size, he actually kind of moves pretty quick, like on his feet, as far as his footwork, as far as moving in the pick and rolls, as far as defending. I actually think that for his size, he is pretty quick, and I think that is kind of a big mistake people have whenever thinking about what Zach Edey can and can't do. So here is the things that this two-time college basketball national player of the year can do and will 100%, in my opinion, translate to the NBA. So he is an elite rebounder. I mean, he averaged over 12 rebounds a game for 2 straight years at Purdue. He is going to grab the boards 100%, and he is an elite shot blocker. Not only does he block a lot of shots, contest a lot of shots at the rim, but here is the key thing about him being an elite defender. Zach Edey does not foul. He does not foul at the rim. He knows how to contest shots, block shots, and without fouling, which is so, so important, especially in today's NBA. Everybody is needing a guy to stop the bigs and just have a force down low to be a rim protector. So I think at the very least you are getting a serviceable big in the NBA who can be a starter in the league, who is an elite rim protector. And we have seen that be valued very high in the NBA. He is also going to be a very good screen and roller. He is very good in the pick and roll. He is going to be able to set screens, set off-ball screens. He is going to be able to roll to the basket And yeah, I think that that is going to translate very well. And a lot of people say, well, yeah, Zach Edey can't shoot threes, but he is a very good free throw shooter, especially for a guy at his size. He shoots 70% from the free throw line. That wasn't just his last year at Purdue. That was across the course of his entire Purdue career, 4 seasons. Only 2 of those being a starter, but still 4 seasons shooting 70% from the foul line. That shows me he has some potential to develop a mid-range shot as well. And average 25 points and 12 rebounds. I mean, I know not every National Player of the Year in college turns out in the NBA. I'm not saying he is going to be a superstar, but what I am saying is this guy in an NBA draft class that I believe is a below average draft class, where you're kind of picking and choose, like everybody's draft boards are kind of different. I feel like Zach Edey is a safe pick to be a serviceable big man, and I think a lot more teams should consider taking him in the lottery this year. I'm not saying they should take him top 5, but honestly, if Donovan Clingan is projected to go top 5, I think Zach Edey got to go at least top 15. I do think that he is also quicker than a lot of people think. I think that, like I mentioned earlier, he can move pretty good for his size, especially on defense. Now, is he going to be able to completely full-on switch in the pick and rolls onto a guard? No. But can he hedge the screens a little bit? Can he guard the roller? Can he protect the paint 100%? Yes, he can, and I think that he is quicker. He's going to be quicker setting the screens, moving around the ball than a lot of people think as well. So to wrap it all up, I think that he is at worst going to be a serviceable big man in the NBA, especially in this below average draft class. I feel like why not, if you are a team that needs a rim protector, and if you are a team that needs a rim protector in the top 15, why not take a chance on Zach Edey, because he will definitely be that and definitely be an elite rebounder. I think that he could definitely develop. These are things that he needs to work on, I think, to take the next step in his game. He needs to develop a mid-range shot. Like I mentioned earlier, he shoots 70% from the free throw line. That's pretty good for a guy at his size at 7'4". If he can translate that into a mid-range shot, I think that that is going to be absolutely huge for his game at the next level. And I think that he also has potential to develop a playmaking ability. Now, is he going to be Jokic and averaging, 9-10 assists per game at the center position? No, but he did average 2.5 assists at Purdue, and I think that that could turn into 3, 4, maybe even 5 in a couple of years in the NBA if he is getting starter minutes and if he develops that playmaking ability, kicking it out. I definitely believe he could average 3 or 4 assists in the NBA and be a decent playmaker in the league. And those are the things that I believe he has potential to work on and potential to get better at in the league. He also can work on translating that very good post game that he had in college to the NBA as well, because if he can be a force down low in the post, that is still, I know you can't be a number one option as a post scorer for an NBA team, but that can still be a huge weapon for a team down low. So like I said, I think at very worst he's going to be a serviceable big, such as like a Jared Allen on the Cavaliers, a DeAndre Ayton for the Trailblazers, a Clint Capella for the Hawks. I think at worst, this is Zach Edey's floor, is a Clint Capella, who is still a serviceable big who can catch lobs, screen and roll, rebound, and defend like he does this year for the Atlanta Hawks. But I think that that is honestly his floor. And if a guy like last year Walker Kessler gets picked in the top 20, who was a really good shot blocker, that was kind of his main thing, I honestly believe that why not take a shot on Zach Edey this year, especially in the top 20. I definitely think there's no way you can take him outside the first round. And I know a lot of people are saying that there's no way he translates to the NBA. I'm saying I think he translates to a bare minimum a Clint Capella-esque player. Why not take a chance on him, especially in a draft class this year that isn't that loaded with a bunch of guaranteed talent. So let me know what you guys think. Am I wrong? I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this one, but this is kind of a hot take that I have that I've been thinking about for a while. I've been seeing a lot of Zach Edey hate. I think that he should be a top 20 pick bare minimum. And if I were a GM in the 10 to 20 range, especially if I needed a center, especially if I needed a rim protector, shot blocker, I would definitely take a shot on Zach Edey. So let me know what you guys think. Subscribe for more college basketball, NBA content coming to you real soon. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching.